Should we tweet it out on Twitter that we're live?
Sure. The YouTube link is in the main chat.
Okay, I will grab that.
Why is the website coming up so slow?
Everyone can watch this one?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll tweeter it out as well.
Here's a tweet if you want to retweet it or tweet your own.
Hey, Dr. Pants. We got a voicemail from you.
Yes.
Ready whenever.
My tweet was a little bit more direct.
All video is so odd.
It's not. And we still get live chat. And we're live on Facebook too, but not going to promote Facebook.
Guess I should have the StreamYard comment section open.
Yeah.
It's going to be so distracting.
This will be the last one with this microphone. Got a new one coming.
Oh my goodness. Are you got some kind of ceremony to go through?
No. Oh, actually, no, next week is because it's not coming till the 4th. Because I'm dumb and don't understand shipping checkboxes.
All right, ready? Let's see. I got back. Oh, record, start my backup. Yeah. Backup going. All right. All right, ready? I guess we're live, aren't we?
We are live. We've been live.
Welcome, everyone. All right. Welcome to TransMissions, the podcast that can't wait to leave 2020 in the rearview mirror. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent TransMissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Hello. Let's talk Transformers.
Was the cough real?
Coke.
You just trying to make me screw up even more. Well, it's a special post-Christmas transmissions. We're doing a live video for a change because we're not doing a really long show because it's Christmas week. We want to take it easy a little bit, but we got some little stuff to talk about. We thought it would be fun to show off the stuff we got for Christmas, and then make that a show. That's a show. As always, we start off the show by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who give us money on Patreon and PayPal. You guys keep the show going. Thank you so much for your continued support. Really appreciate it. And if you are not a Donatreon but would like to become one, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. And that's where you can find links on PayPal and Patreon to sign up. You can also help with the show by buying merchandise from our TeePublic store. That's at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. You can also check out our friend K-Girl store at tpublic.com/user/superstar K. We got lots of shirt designs. Look at my cool Transmissions University sweatshirt with hoodie. It's a hoodie too. Daryl's got his shirt, his Transmissions t-shirt. That's cool.
I'm not.
Oh no, Jeremy.
This is former sponsor shirt.
That's all right.
We aren't getting money, so I'm not going to give them their name.
You've worn a Transmission shirt lots of times before, so they know. But yeah, everything you buy from TeePublic, if you use our link, not just Transmissions gear, but anything from TeePublic, that will help out the show. Just go to transmissionspodcast.com/shop. We've also got the December Toy Hacks giveaway coming up soon. You still have time to send in contest entries. So if you are a Donatreon, you're automatically entered, so you don't have to do anything. But if you are not a Donatreon, you just send us an email to contest@transmissionspodcast.com and send us a picture of the Transformer toy you would like to get labels from Toy Hacks. And we've already got 2 email entries from Steve and Daniel. So thank you, Steve and Daniel, for sending those in. You are entered in the drawing, and we will be doing that next week. So there's still a week before you can to go. So you've still got time to send in your entries. And so before we get into all the good stuff, just a couple more announcements. We've got our Simon Furman extended interview. We just put that out a couple days ago, so you can check that out. You can get that from our website, transmissionspodcast.com, or our YouTube channel, which I think is
youtube.com/c/transmissions podcast.
Okay.
Go to transmissionspodcast.com/YouTube. That'll work.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it's also on our regular show feed, so you can get the audio version as well, but it's all video, so you might as well get the video. Simon Furman's a handsome guy. You can watch his face while he answers our stupid questions. Thank you, Simon, for indulging us.
Yeah. This one didn't the April Fool's story that Daryl got him to tell, didn't that get cut for the TFCon version?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly did. So, that was a good story.
So there's your incentive to go watch that extended interview.
It's like I have a tendency to pull information out of interviewers or interviewees.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a career in this. I should rethink my career options.
Yeah.
Shame we don't get paid for these interviews. But yeah, so also Simon Furman has his indie comic To the Death. You may have heard of it. We talk a little bit about that in the interview. You can check that out. And they're currently have a promotion where you can get all 10 issues of the comic in a one nice single package. And that's at getmycomics.com/tothedeath. So you can check that out. And thanks to one of our Donatreons, Robin, for giving us the heads up and helping us get that information out to everyone. So check that out. Also, when the show goes up on our regular Wednesday slot, this will already be it will be Transformers War for Cybertron Earthrise. That will be out on Netflix. That's coming out this Wednesday. We have a spoiler-free review going up on Monday because that's the embargo date. So you can hear our thoughts on Earthrise a couple days early and get our first impressions. We don't spoil anything, so don't worry about that. But then you can come and check out Earthrise in full on Wednesday and let us know what you thought of it. So hope you enjoy that.
Yeah, and I put in the description on the post that give us your feedback on what you thought of Earthrise, and when we do the spoiler reviews, we'll include that feedback.
Yeah, cool.
You didn't really clear that with anyone else. You just kind of made that decision on your own.
If you want to edit the videos and stuff, you can do stuff like that.
It's an executive decision. Also, speaking of interviews, for alt mode this week, so we're not doing a regular alt mode show this week, but we did do a really awesome interview with the showrunner of Earthrise and Siege, FJ DeSanto, who we interviewed back in July. We brought him back for Earthrise, and he brought a friend. He brought Matt Murray, another producer on Earthrise. So we've got two folks who are in charge of Earthrise to give us the scoop. We talk a little bit about our reactions to Siege, and then go right into all the down and dirty details of Earthrise. So that one is very spoiler intensive. So that's coming out on Friday. Hopefully by Friday you'll have had a chance to watch Earthrise and digest it before you listen to our interview. So check that out in Transmissions alt mode this Friday.
Did I pull any information out of FJ and Matt? I don't know.
You'll have to watch to find out. And we have another thing that came out on Monday for, in addition to our spoiler for review, we also have the uncut version of Empire of Rest episode 39, our Transformers live play RPG podcast. This is our Donatreon exclusive director's cut version that Mike does. And so this goes up on our Patreon every other week after the main episode goes out. So the main episode was last week. This is the uncut special version this week. So you can check that out from our Patreon. All right. So that's all the announcements. And we do have a little bit of news. So do we even do the transitions here since we're live?
You're going to deny me the ability to press a button on my soundboard.
Oh, by all means, do it.
Bow, but down, bow.
Yoshi lives. So we've got a little bit of news for Transformers news. So this is the next installment in the HasLab Unicron Watch. So yeah, Hasbro put up another update. It's not really a whole lot of information. They did show some production samples of the Unicron figure, but they really talked about the packaging. So they had a couple of videos showing how Unicron is going to be packaged. We've seen the box already. It's a massive box. It's huge, but they also wanted to show it's very sturdy, durable, not going to fall, not going to break, can stand up to slips and spills, all that stuff. Vibration in the trucks when it goes out in shipping. They did all that stuff. So you can, I think the next video you can see, yeah, this is where they're showing it dropping the box and showing how it won't get dinged up. So because we're going to want to preserve this box, right? So crossing fingers that the box that if you backed HasLab Unicron and you're getting this soon, hopefully the box comes relatively unscathed, and you can still preserve the box.
What they need to be doing here is having an actual delivery truck and just chuck the box into the delivery truck, because that's more real world.
Ship it from Hasbro in Pasadena to Hasbro in LA.
Yeah.
By a FedEx, and then ship it back UPS.
Well, and then also to Hasbro in Canada, get some international stuff.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
The box I just sent you said was damaged. So
I mean, look at the size of that box. Standing that's the Co-op Aurora. She's working in the Hasbro packaging. I mean, that box is
tall.
I mean, it's half as big as her. That's a huge box.
It's like a 21-inch monitor CRT box, from what I can tell.
26 by 26 by 26, if I remember correctly, and that is 66 centimeters for all of us normal people.
The tape measure makes its appearance. All right. Yeah. So that is the update on HasLab Unicron. And I
mean, I got to say, before we jump off of this topic, I am not fond of the colors that they've got going on this thing so far. I know they said that they're still testing, the colors. They say they're getting closer to what they want them to be. But you're looking at the picture that, we have up on the screen here, and it's the wings or the rings around the planet mode are a different color than the actual body of Unicron on this, and that's troublesome for me. I mean, at least make them the same color. I have, and we've discussed it numerous times over the course of the Unicron watch, but the plates on the legs and the turtle shell he's got going on the back of his body there, but at least make the colors, the orange, the same color, right? That's
could
the
it
only
be
thing.
because it's a different kind of plastic? So just
it could be
paint is different.
Hasbro's got a tendency to have an issue with yellow, and it's. I mean, I expect this one to be fairly, good because of all the money that's being spent on it. But, and I don't know, perhaps these are prototype ones, and I'm assuming they're all kind of prototypes at this point. But if this thing arrives and people are seeing different colors of, orange on this, you're going to have a few fairly unhappy people. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's totally valid. So, I mean, for me, the colors don't bother me that much, but I definitely can see how. I mean, we talked about this even during the campaign last year, that people were, criticizing the colors for the test shot for the the one that was shown at Comic-Con and everything. So that's definitely going to be a concern. So
yeah, and you're the one actually put down money for it out of us.
Yeah.
What's undeniable about it is it's actually massive. Like, it's the full torso of that adult man, right? Like, it, on a table by itself, it can be misjudged as the size, but you're looking at it with the adult human man behind it, and it is enormous. So, if you've put your cash down on this thing because you want the biggest fucking Transformer that's ever been, guess what? You got one.
Yeah, it's the new divorce class.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Well, one last thing before we get into the stuff we got for Christmas. We had both Gary Chalk and David Kay deliver Christmas greetings this year. So David Kay has been doing his Megatron Christmas greetings for a while now, for several years, maybe close to 10 years at this point, maybe more than that. I'm not sure, but I think Gary Chalk has been bitten by the bug. He did a response last year, and then he did another one this year. So I think we're going to have dueling Optimus Primal and Megatron Christmas greetings every year now. So they were both pretty good. I do have to say, I think David Kay gets the edge in this because he's been doing it for a lot longer, and he seems to have have it a lot more down. Like his performance was just a little bit better than Gary Chalk's, I have to say, but they were both pretty awesome. So
yeah,
great job.
Very well done.
All right, so now let's move on to trips to the store. You know what it is? We're showing off this awesome Transformer stuff we got this week. All this stuff is it's Christmas, so we got Christmas presents, and so we're going to show them off. I'm going to go first. There I am. First, this was not a Christmas present, but I did get to the comic book store this week, and I got Back to the Future, Transformers Back to the Future issue number 2. So we reviewed this last week. It's a fun story. We're enjoying this. Looking forward to the next one and finishing out the series. So the origins of Gigawatt are explained in this book. You can listen to our review in alt mode last week if you didn't pick up the issue. So now I got some gifts.
So
First up,
how good did your wife do this year?
I'll let you guys judge. So, you know, we'll get to that. I'll save that for the end. But first, I want to give a shout out to Daryl, because Daryl sent me something for Christmas, and it made it by Christmas.
That's the miracle there.
This is not Transformers related. I will say so. Apologies, but I think it had some personal meaning for me, and I appreciated it. Daryl sent me a bunch of basically first appearances of African American superheroes in comics. Cool. So this is Black Lightning #1. Check that show out on CW if you are curious about Black Lightning.
The final season.
Yeah. Static #1. I really liked the Static Shock cartoon back in the 90s, so that's cool. The Truth #1. So this one I was not familiar with. So this tells the story of the African American soldier who was first tested with the super soldier serum back in World War II. So that's an interesting story. I have not read these yet, but this is intriguing. Of course, Daryl, he sent me issue 1 for this one. Is like, it's a 7-part series, so if you want to know what happens, figure it out. You got to get the other. You got to hunt down the other 6.
Maybe it'll be a Comixology sale.
But yeah, I mean, I appreciate this, Daryl. And last one is Captain America, where Sam Wilson takes over Captain America. The first issue where Sam Wilson takes over Captain America. And this is relevant because we got Falcon and Winter Soldier coming out very soon next year. So cool. Thank you, Daryl. This was nice. You also, you sent me a nice letter mentioning, just also expressing again condolences for the loss I had this year. So I appreciated that. But yeah, this was a really nice surprise. I appreciate this. Thanks, Daryl.
I'm willing to bet that Black Lightning book came out in the 70s.
Yeah.
30 cents for Black Lightning.
I was just looking at the costumes and the hair.
That too, yeah.
That's very cool.
I had been keeping, these issues for you just to, eventually give you, and then obviously, we weren't going to get together or see each other, for the foreseeable future. But I had the Static, and I think I mentioned it in the letter, but the Static one was just it's almost a dollar bin book at one point, and then Michael B. Jordan bought the rights to make a Static Shock movie that he's going to produce, and the book exploded. Like, it's a really valuable book right now. So there you go.
You want me to send it back to you?
No, it's yours. It's yours. But it's it's what you do with it. If you want to read it, go ahead. Just don't tell me that you've opened it and read it and it's all torn up.
I gave it to my daughter to, to
Cut
make a collage.
pictures out. Yeah.
Like, oh, what's this ad? I'm just going to cut this thing out.
Yeah. It says cut out and send in. Oh, I can't send it in anymore. It's 20 years old. Oh. But yeah, no, I really wanted to send that to you because I had been keeping them for you, and it's just I like first appearances myself. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and I was never a DC guy, so these are all books that I didn't have, and I have stopped being a Marvel guy. I don't really collect any non-Transformers comics right now. So these are all books I didn't have. So thank you. All right, now I do have some Transformers related stuff. So first, my sister-in-law got me a couple things. She got me a Metal Earth Bumblebee figure, which Jeremy had gotten me the Soundwave one a while ago, and now I have another one. Still got to put them together, but
I think I have two or three Metal Earths up here, not put together.
But yeah, I was impressed because she was like, "Oh yeah, I saw this online and I thought I'd get it for you." And she said, "Oh, I was disappointed when it came because I thought it was like a super big statue and it's tiny." but I told her it was still great because I like putting things together and it's a nice little puzzle you can do. So this was awesome. Mm-hmm. So thank you to my sister-in-law. She also got me some decals for my wall. So she's like, "Yeah, I see on your when you're on YouTube, your wall is kind of barren, so you can put these behind you." And they're like they're peel and stick, and you can take them off and reposition them so they don't they don't damage the wall, they don't stick on permanently. So nice Transformers decor I can use for the future. So yeah, thank you.
I appreciate that. You're the only one who has nothing behind them.
I mean, and you have all this art you can put up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And speaking of art, so that brings me to my wife Trisha's present. So this was another
Did you
surprise.
Buy the Jim Lee cover?
No.
Come on. Oh.
Yeah, that would not be possible. My kids still need to go to college.
I mean, it was only $10,000.
But by the time your kids are ready for college, it'll have gone up in value. You can sell it, and then there you go.
See, Jeremy's thinking.
Well, I think Trisha missed that episode we talked about that auction, so too bad. Don't blame her though. But she did get me something. So she sent me like a couple weeks ago. She sent me a text like, "Who's your favorite Transformer?" Just out of the blue. Well, I was at this was the one day I had gone in for work, and she just sent me this text, and I said, "Okay, Grimlock's my favorite Transformer. He's a robot dinosaur," and I sent her a picture. I sent her a picture of the Studio Series Grimlock figure, thinking maybe she might get the hint and pre-order that, but those are not out, so I didn't think they would get out before Christmas. But she said, "Okay, thanks." She said, and then she wrote back, so like, "I don't really like the robot dinosaur. What about the tape deck Soundwave? Don't you like Soundwave?" I was like, "I like Soundwave, but Grimlock's my favorite." But yeah, so then Christmas Day, I got a picture frame shaped present that I opened up, and this is what I got. So this is IDW Grimlock as rendered by Brendan Cahill.
Very cool.
Also want to give a shout out to Yoshi. Apparently she had contacted Yoshi to get help for what she could get, and I guess he suggested Brendan as an artist to provide this artwork. So
Yoshi might have let me know that she had contacted you and asked me for suggestions too. I'm like, I don't know. He always likes art and comic stuff.
So that's an original, not a print, eh?
I believe so. I'm not. She was not clear on that, so I'm not sure. But I do want to thank Brendan for this awesome artwork, and thank you to Trisha for getting this for me.
It's really nice looking.
Yeah, and of course she had it framed and everything.
It reminds me of something from like one of those final arcs of Lost Light.
Yeah.
Like if it's not like exactly from that, it just seems like it evokes.
Yeah, it's definitely the Alex Milne designed IDW style Grimlock. So yeah, very cool. So yeah, I mean, this was awesome. Thank you, Trisha. This was a great gift. I think she was a little disappointed in my reaction to the gift last year, so she apparently like stood in line, waited for a long. If you guys remember, she got me the Squeaks,
yeah,
robot toy, and she stood in line for a long time getting that. And then when I opened it and was not too impressed with it, she was a little bit disappointed. So she was like, "Well, I hope I did better this year. Definitely did better this year, and this was awesome."
Well, everyone has an off year.
Yeah, nobody's perfect, so but yeah, and I'm sorry, I couldn't hide my reaction for Squeaks, but this was great. Thank you.
I expect to see that behind you next week.
All right, so that is everything I got for trips to the store, trips from the sleigh. And we will move on to Daryl.
Okay, well, I guess I will start with comics as well. I did get Back to the Future Transformers number 2 as well, and this is cover A. Claire. Where's the there? Okay, that'll work. And yeah, so I did get cover B as well, because I'm pretty convinced these are conjoined covers. So yeah, so I like the story. You heard our review. Number 2, I did pick up a figure. Boxing Day, that was yesterday. This is Christmas Eve. I bought myself Blue Streak. So this gives me all the Datsun brothers.
Nice.
And this is the only one I've opened so far, and I'm pretty impressed with the transformation. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. Yeah, he's cool. I've seen that there is an add-on kit for all 3 of them. Kind of gives them bigger shoulder weapons and stuff. I really don't want to get into buying a whole bunch of extra stuff for Earthrise guys, but we'll see. The other thing I have is a figure that I got for myself, and got in trouble for because I bought it. And then my wife said, "Can I give it to you for Christmas?" And I thought, you know what? She's already pissed at me. I might as well just give it to her. And I gave her a Double Dealer to give to me on Christmas. And so I got this back. And he's cool. I haven't opened him yet, but I'm very much looking forward to opening up Double Dealer. Previous trips to the stores you've seen, I do have all those extra tapes and stuff that'll go on and become, his little partners. So yeah, and he's awesome. He's also a really great character in, something that's happening.
He's in the trailer.
So look forward to seeing him in Earthrise. But yeah, a big ass figure. I love it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And I got a mystery figure. And I only say it's a mystery figure because I got a gift card for Toys R Us. And I don't know what I'm going to use it on yet. I was told in no uncertain terms that this also works at Babies R Us, because I am having a baby. So
your wife's having the baby.
Well, I should use this at Babies R Us. And I said, no, it says Toys R Us on it. Has to be used on toys. So anyway, I have this and I could use it on anything. It's magical. But that's it. That's what I got.
All right, Jeremy, we're going to end with you.
All right. So for Christmas, first off topic, my wife is kind of on topic since we've had Ectotron. My wife got everyone something from Hallmark, and she got me this little itty bitty DeLorean.
That's cute.
Yeah. So thought that was fun. I'll probably put on next Ectotron. I don't know. But I did get a reaction figure. How do they phrase it? Fallen Leader Optimus Prime. And
another dead Prime.
Yeah. So again, I had to kind of explain without explaining that Optimus died to my kid. Why he was like, "Is this one you have to paint?" So I don't know. We'll see. Like when my wife saw it in the store, she was like, "Is this like those little ones that you would get at Walgreens, the little Heroes of Cybertron figures?" I'm like, no, not really. Kinda. A lot more expensive. And she's like, "Yeah, it's like $18." I'm like, "Yeah." So I'm like, I'd like to have one just to kind of see what they're like. So I'll be opening that up soon. And then I also got, I think this was listed as from The Kid and the Dog. I got the Decepticon twins, Wingspan and Pounce. Nice. So I'm looking forward to checking those out. So it's really all the Christmas stuff I got. But then I've also been cleaning my office, and this ties into what Daryl got. I found an unused $50 Toys R Us gift card.
Oh my!
And from the receipt here that was with it, it is from 2016. I got this for my birthday, July 2016, and it's been under a book. And I didn't know until I just cleaned up. So, it still has a little scratch off thing on the back. So, Daryl, I'm gonna probably send this to you, see if it'll still work.
Did they expire in the States?
No, but with Toys R Us going out of business, I don't know if.
Oh, right, yeah.
Toys R Us expired.
Right. So I don't know if the card would still work. But
that's a good question.
If it does say it's good at Babies R Us, Daryl.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So Daryl, send him the $50 US first, and then he'll send you the card.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, or if you wanted to get me a double dealer or something.
Oh, well, that's $70 here. So,
but this is $50 US.
Is it?
Well, it was. So anyway, I just thought it was, it was funny. And then as I put on Twitter, I sad trombone, because I'm like, I found a few months ago, I found my Toys R Us whatever rewards thing that they did, found the card for that. I'm like, oh, never got to use any of those points. I think it's a little worse.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So,
oh man.
Anyway, that was all I got.
All right. So that is all our trips from the sleigh. So everything we got for Christmas this week. And we will end the show with a little bit of feedback. So we got a voicemail from friend of the show and part-time co-host, Dr. Pants.
Hello, Transmissions Podcast. It's Dr. Pants, and I have a question for you guys in regards to something you talked about during the toy show, and that was compromising transformations with kind of fake parts, like the cone heads, their heads not being the actual nose cone of the plane, or that New Age Bumblebee whose chest isn't the actual hood of the car. You said you don't really like it. You kind of understand it, but you'd rather they didn't do it. And I was wondering, like, how far are you guys willing to go that you accept it and where the breaking point is? Because, like, every Masterpiece Optimus Prime, I think, has had a fake grill for the stomach. Is that acceptable, or does that bother you guys? Because honestly, I don't mind that. And when it comes to compromises and transformation like that, if it creates a really good-looking figure with a really fun transformation, it doesn't really bother me personally at all. Because like Titan's Return, that entire toy line was really, really fun. Like a lot of really cool figures. And I want to say that there were compromises and transformation that every figure was a headmaster. And I think that was for the benefit of that toy line. Like the Blitzwing and Octane or Octone or Tanker or whatever you want to call them, those figures were really, really cool. And I think they did a great job. And it was because of the headmaster gimmick, I think, because when they didn't have to worry about where to put the head, it made a better figure. So I was wondering, like, what kind of compromises are you guys okay with and what's not okay? So look forward to your answers, guys. I'll check you some other week. Have fun.
Awesome. That's a really good question, Dr. Pants. Thanks for sending that in. I guess I'll start because I think I made the most big deal about this. But first off, I will say with the headmaster thing, I'm totally fine with that. I mean, alternate modes generally don't have a head, so it's fine to take the head off. And yeah, more power to the folks at Hasbro for using that to make better transformations, since you don't have to deal with the head. I think that's a good use of a gimmick that will give you better transformations. What I kind of don't like is, the kibble parts not being really kibble for the alternate mode, and that's where I don't like it. I mean, but I will say, if it's a nice figure and a good transformation, I'll overlook it. I mean, Prime's grill, I mean, that I actually don't really like that. I mean, I would prefer Prime's grill to just use the grill in robot mode and truck mode as the same. I mean, I know it doesn't look as cool anime when he's in robot mode that his grill is just a regular grill, but it seems like that's been the trend for Optimus Prime figures for a while now. It's starting with Masterpiece, even with the Earthrise figure. You have to rotate around to hide his grill, his truck grill, and replace it with a robot chest grill or torso grill, whatever. So yeah, I mean, even that kind of bugs me a little bit, but I can overlook that. What I really don't like is when you've got the kibble parts. It's like the cone heads in particular. Why do they need a fake cone? Just use the cone for the jet mode. It's fine. It's right there. Don't bother changing that. So yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely a spectrum, a sliding scale, and it doesn't really stop me from enjoying good figures with good transformations. But I think a lot of times this makes transformations more complex and more convoluted when you've got these fake parts. And I think it would be more straightforward if maybe the robot mode, you'd compromise the posability of the robot mode a little bit, but it would be a more straightforward transformation because you're taking the actual alternate vehicle parts and using them in the robot mode. So, and ultimately it's not a big deal. I mean, it's not something that I'm really shouting down. I mean, I am still looking for a thrust figure. I'm not buying the Earthrise thrust figure just because of this. So, it's okay. That's all I'll say. Daryl, did you have any thoughts on this?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, some of them kind of annoy me. I can get behind the fake cone. I mean, I can also get behind, what was one that was really kind of bothering me? I think there was an Optimus Prime that almost his entire robot chest was fake. And
the Siege Prime, doesn't it just kind of lift up?
It was before the Siege Prime.
It was one of the
Masterpiece version 3. That one is like you're basically turning it inside out.
Yeah, I mean, Masterpiece has turned into that kind of thing where everything just kind of, you could just invert the entire thing. And I like what Dr. Pants said is it's understandable why they do it, because they want to get the perfect looking alt mode and the perfect looking robot mode, and pieces don't translate. They don't transfer from one mode to the other very well. So they just have to make two of them, right? One for each. But I was just talking with Dogcades about this today, because I chatted with him for a minute, and how I was so impressed with the way that New Age had gone and made their robot chests, because they've actually made them part of the nose cone of the figure. And when you go to turn the nose cone down, you actually flip out two of the sides and they become the chest of the figure. And I thought that was absolutely brilliant. I'd never seen anything like that done before. And sometimes you gotta ask these companies to think outside the box a little, right? Because I never in a million years would have thought that you'd have got the robot chest from the nose cone on the plane. You always think in terms of sections on these robots, and the chest area is always where the chest area is going to come from, right? Well, no, not necessarily. This New Age Seeker mold is proving it, that you can bring the chest mode from where the head generally comes from, and you can just kind of place it there, because it's only got it just has to rest on top of a spot. So yeah, I think if these designers start to think outside the box, and it's asking a lot of these designers, because most of the time they're brilliant, because I can't come up with the transformations half the time, and really enjoy what they do. But there's some of them that I do find is kind of lazy. Like, what was it? Combiner Wars Optimus, that mold. I thought that was one of the laziest transformations that they'd done in a long time. Because it was the whole robot was just on the back, and you just spun him around, and there he was, right? But yeah, it's understandable, but I wish that they do more to kind of hide it. Yeah, it's a game. It's that you're never going to really win with these companies, because Hasbro, as the main line, has got a budget to keep, and unfortunately, it's fairly low when it comes to the design of these figures. So I think if you're looking for full-on transformations that are going to be, intuitive and stuff like that, you got to kind of look to the third party. They're the ones putting a little bit more work into it.
Fair enough. Jeremy, did you have any thoughts you wanted to add?
Yeah, I mean, Daryl really hit all the points, but I mean, I will say that Hasbro is getting a little bit better. Like we were talking with, and I can't remember if this was before or after our review of Earthrise, but he was showing us the what was it, Cyclonus?
Yeah.
That like some ingenious stuff that they're doing with like the tip, like the nose cone of his jet mode, which kind of folds in on itself a couple times, and they're figuring out some really neat things to make use of all these gaps that they're having in the figures now. So I'm hoping that we're kind of leaving a transition period where they're kind of lazy, like you said, and then figuring out some more things. Because I don't know, it doesn't bother me enough to not buy the figures, but having like fake panels and stuff has kind of annoyed me ever since I first saw it with the original Power Master Optimus Prime. Because that was the one where you get the figure and you're like, you turn around the cab and you're like, what the? So it's been something that I've noticed, but like I said, it won't bug me enough to not buy the figure unless it's just purely like a shell former. And in that case, I'm just like, I don't see the point.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, just buy two figures. So yeah.
You will not like that RC mold.
Which one? Earthrise?
Yeah.
I think RC kind of classically has always been a shell former.
It's tough. It's so tough with that figure, and you want them to try and do it, like, but I don't even know how they're gonna how can you turn like that character model that with the curves and the very feminine body style into a car, right?
Right.
And you'd have to have every single leg and arm kind of opened up and turned into flat lines, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Titans Return, was that the one that was based off of Blur?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was the closest, but then you don't really get the good robot mode.
Yeah,
it's hard to find that kind of happy middle ground.
I haven't messed with it with enough of the third-party ones, but I do hear that the Ocular Max Azalea is probably one of the best ones we're going to see, and so I'm looking to at least mess around with one and just to see how it transforms. But that's the one that I do hear is the best.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Pants, for sending that feedback. And I think that'll do it for this episode of Transmissions. This is our last episode in 2020. So good riddance to bad years. Hopefully 2021 comes in a lot better. At least January 20th, 2021. I think that's the real start of the new year. So looking forward to that.
And then you're going to get your Unicron sometime in early January, February.
Yeah, so I got to make some space for that. And of course, we always end the show with a shout out to our Masterpiece Donatrions. So big shout out to our Masterpiece Donatreon, John 4X11 Good. Thank you for continuing to support us. And you did send us a voicemail just last week, so we appreciate that. Hope you had a good Christmas. And hope everyone out there has a happy new year. Enjoy our special interview episode of Alt Mode this Friday on New Year's Day. Hopefully you can listen to that after you're recovering from your hangover after New Year's Eve. And let us know what you thought of Earthrise. So that'll be out just very soon, or when this show goes up in the main feed, it'll already be out. But as you're watching it now or listening now, it's a couple more days. So,
and look forward to the survey. I'm almost done my part.
That'll be in January sometime.
Yeah, well, I dropped the ball in the survey. I don't know if I maybe I shouldn't throw Daryl under the bus if he's already got his ready to go. But yeah, so we'll get the survey out in January for 2020. We wanted it to be positive, so we'll do it in 2021 instead of doing the survey in 2020.
Well, the surprising amount of stuff came out.
Yeah,
with
definitely.
No conventions.
Yeah.
So look forward to that, and definitely send us your feedback when that goes up. All right, everyone.
I am not the loser.
Thanks everyone for watching and listening, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.